Okay, so you're an entrepreneur. You've planned for success, right? But what about planning for, well, disaster? We're diving into commercial insurance. It sounds boring, I know, but it can literally be the one thing that decides whether a major setback is just a bump in the road or the end of the line for your business. Let's break it all down.
So you've got the business plan locked down, you've got the funding, and you've definitely got the passion. But let me ask you this. Have you really thought about what the single biggest threat to your financial stability is? It's probably not what you're thinking.
That's it, right there. The biggest risk is always the one you just don't see coming. A fire, a sudden theft, a lawsuit from a customer who just happened to slip and fall. These are the kinds of things that can and do wipe out a small business literally overnight. Which brings us to our first section. I really want you to stop thinking of insurance as just another bill you have to pay. Think of it more like a financial shield for your company.
And this is the whole point. Having the right policy is what allows you to recover from a huge loss without missing a beat. It's that safety net that lets you focus on rebuilding your business instead of staring down financial ruin.
All right, the world of commercial insurance can feel, well, super overwhelming. So let's simplify it with a really, really basic framework. Just ask yourself, are you trying to protect your stuff or are you trying to protect your actions? And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got property insurance. Pretty straightforward, right? This covers your physical things, your building, your computers, your inventory. On the other side, you have casualty insurance, which pretty much everyone just calls liability. This covers you when your business or your employees cause harm to someone else. So, under that protecting your stuff umbrella, you've got these main policies. There's commercial property for your building and what's inside it, boiler and machinery for critical equipment failures, crime insurance for stuff like theft, and then there's the one with the weird name, inland marine. Don't worry, we'll get to that in just a minute. Now, for protecting your actions, these are the heavy hitters. Commercial general liability. That's your core protection against most lawsuits. Commercial auto covers your work vehicles. Workers' comp is crucial for employee injuries on the job. And a commercial umbrella policy, think of that as an extra layer of protection for those really catastrophic claims that blow past your other policy limits. Okay, let's keep building on this. Now we're going to look at a couple of those more specialized coverages that, business owners tend to have a lot of questions about. Remember that inland marine policy I mentioned? Okay, despite the seriously confusing name, it has absolutely nothing to do with boats or water. It's just specialized insurance for your business property that's on the move. So think of a contractor's tools, a food truck's kitchen equipment, or maybe products you're shipping to a customer. If it's your property and it's in transit on land, inland marine is what's going to cover it. Simple as that. And let's quickly touch on workers' compensation. Now, for employers in states like California, this isn't optional. It's the law. It's a no-fault system that gives benefits to employees for any on-the-job injury or illness. But it also protects you, the employer, from getting sued by them over those same incidents. Now, this next part is something a lot of business owners don't even think about until it's too late. See, it's not just you who cares about your insurance coverage. Your bank, or anyone who's loaned you money, is very interested in it too. And trust me, it's for a very good reason. It all boils down to this key term, loss payee. So when you get a loan for a new piece of equipment or your building, that asset is the lender's collateral, right? By making them a loss payee on your policy, you're just agreeing that if that asset gets destroyed, the insurance check goes to them first to pay off what you owe. It's how they protect their investment in your business. Now, what's really fascinating is that not all of these protections are the same. With a standard clause, if you do something to mess up your policy, let's say you commit fraud, the lender gets zero. That is precisely why most lenders will demand the much stronger lender's loss payable clause. It treats them as a totally separate party, so they still get paid even if your actions would normally get the claim denied. It's a pretty scary thought, isn't it? Maybe you missed a payment, or the policy just didn't get renewed. Well, your lender is not just going to let their collateral, their investment, sit there unprotected. They have a special tool they can use to protect themselves. And that tool is called force-placed insurance. Basically, the lender buys a policy on your property and then they bill you for it, often by rolling the costs right into your loan. But here is the critical catch. This policy protects only the lender. Your business, your investment, your stuff inside, none of that is covered. And here's the knockout punch. This bare bones, lender-only protection can be outrageously expensive. We're talking up to 10 times what you would pay for a comprehensive policy that actually protects you too. It is a massive debt trap that you absolutely want to avoid at all costs.
So how do you avoid these huge pitfalls and just get the right protection in the first place? Well, let's map out a really clear, simple path to getting your business properly insured. Honestly, the single most important step you can take is finding the right guide. I love this quote from the California Department of Insurance. A great insurance broker is just as vital to your success as your accountant or your lawyer. They're the experts who can actually navigate all this complexity for you.
So here's your action plan. First, find a specialist, someone who lives and breathes commercial insurance, not a generalist. Step 2, always verify their license. 3, be an open book about your operations. The more they know, the better they can protect you. Then you just have to carefully review the options they bring you, ask a ton of questions, and pick the policy that really makes the most sense for your business and your budget. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Is your business just up and running, or is it truly protected? Because just being open for business isn't enough. Real, long-term success means building a company that's resilient and can handle the unexpected. So take the time to make sure your financial shield is in place, because that's what's going to let you build for the long haul. Thanks for tuning in.